Today I'm going to be talking about Raelia. It is the second book in the Medoran Chronicles by Lynette and Noni, and it's going to be launching tomorrow. I am super excited that I managed to get an advanced reader's copies from the publisher. I don't have a copy with me because I was able to get a Kindle version and it's on my e-readers, all of them, but I am super excited that I was able to read it and that I'm able to give you a review before tomorrow, which is the launch. First of all, I read them back to back. I read Akarnae and I also read Realia. It took me about, I think it was 3 days altogether for all two books, and that was because I was actually pacing myself to be able to get very immersed into the story and waiting for everybody at home to go to sleep so that I was able to really enjoy both of the books. I loved this series so far. I'm super excited to see what new adventures Alex and all her friends are going to get into. It ends on a cliffhanger pretty much because it does give you a sense of finality, but at the same time there's a lot of questions that are not answered just yet, so you do need to keep reading. And the bad thing about that is that it's not yet released the second, so for the third one, I think it's going to be quite a while. I'm hoping it is not, but I'm preparing myself for the possibility that it might be. So Akarnae and Realia are two adventure fantasy books. I compared it in my mind immediately with like a cruise from Harry Potter, Narnia, and Alice in Wonderland. It doesn't sort of steal from any of those books. It's just the first thing that popped into my mind once the whole story was getting into the center of it. That's the first thing that popped into my mind. So Akarnae pretty much starts when Alex is catapulted through a door in a school that she doesn't want to be, that is very mean to her in the beginning, and then she ends up in Medora. Medora is a second universe, sort of parallel to Earth. Is a parallel world to Earth. They call it Freya, Earth, and Medora is sort of like a magical place that they don't call magic and they just call it science for some reason, but everything that they do, it does seem really magical to Alex. So she is stuck in Medora. She has to wait for the headmaster to come back because according to everybody around her, he's the only one that can help her. And then she has to adapt to this new world. Hopefully, and because she has very good luck and bad luck at the same time, she ends up befriending Jordan and Bear, which are one of the first persons that see her and then know the whole truth. The whole truth being that she's from Freya or Earth and that she's not a native of Medora. A lot of people can't know that just because of safety reasons. So she stays there, and all the while she's trying to enjoy her time there while also being preoccupied with going back to her parents, which are in a dig expedition and can't get in contact with her for all she knows. And then all things that could go wrong mainly do because there is a Marin prince that is sort of the Freyan word for elf, that is trying to go back to Maya. And Maya is a lost city that nobody knows what happened to it. They just know it disappeared because the last time humans tried to get into it and have a friendly campaign with Marins, Aven, the one that got thrown out of it, killed every single one of the humans in there and thus ending the good humanitarian relationships. So he's trying to go back to his family, to his people, and there's a lot of things that you don't know about Maya and that you won't know about Maya in this book. However, Realia is actually a place in Maya. After Akarnae, all three of them, well, four, because Dix is actually into it, which is her roommate, and at the beginning they don't get along together, but now they do. So in Realia, they all go together to Maya to try and warn Marins that Aven is getting really close to actually getting into it. I love the fact that this book has a library that sort of has a mind of its own, and that it not only holds books and all the good things that books bring you, but it also has this concept that it doesn't teaches you by reading only, but also by doing. So there are different doors that once the library chooses you, you're able to go through and learn hand to hand or compactness and things like that. It puts you in difficult positions so that you're able to get out of them and learn thus. So it's very, very cool. A lot of the things that happen have a lot of adventure. There's a lot of fighting sequences. There's of course some drama. So far there's not very much romance, although in Realia there's a little bit of it starting to flourish, that you can see it sort of happening. I love the way that the author actually writes all the action sequences, and not only the action sequences but the moments prior to the action sequences. She lets you sort of guess and gives you hints here and there so that you sort of know where the book is heading, but not completely. And it's very nice to know that the library also gives her clues, so if she was listening she would have gotten the clue before all hell broke loose, pretty much. The second one ends sort of on a sad note, so just prepare yourself and have some Kleenex really, really close. And that is pretty much it. I definitely recommend it. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars just because it's a little bit slow to start with, but once it gets going there's no stopping it, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and there's a review in the link in the description box. I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye bye.